Hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad you're here. A gazillion welcome back if you've been here before, and just welcome if you haven't. My name is Prudent. Welcome to The Plot. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please like and subscribe and share if you care. Today at The Plot, not much going on, just stopped by to harvest some crops and water the plants. Since the days have been so dry, everything really needs as much water as possible just to keep them growing. Here we are, so let's get into it. Honestly, wowza, like this is huge. Look how big this courgette is. It was literally tiny a couple of days ago, and I've only left it a couple of days, not intentionally, and it is just grown ridiculously big in size over such a short period of time. Literally looks like it's on steroid. How mad that these are technically all organically grown, right? No pesticides, no other types of chemicals added, and just look at it. And then you can buy things from the shops and they're covered in all sorts just to kind of make sure that they survive the period of growing, right? And then it's also bad for you. But anyway, I'm just very surprised and pleased. All in one at the same time. We can't forget to check on the sweet corns. We're literally watching and patiently waiting for this one. So sweet corn is ready to harvest when the silks are dry and brown and the ear feels full and rounded at the tips. You can also check that they're ready by peeling back a bit of the husk and piercing a kernel with your fingernail, and if its milky white sap comes out, it's ready. Now these are far from that, so here we are, still waiting. One of the favourite vegetables so far from The Plot. So fun fact about yellow courgettes. So the yellow flower that comes from the courgette, so when it's growing, there's a yellow flower that comes at the end. Apparently they're edible. They can be stuffed or fried. Who knew? So of course, yellow courgettes can be used as an alternative to green courgettes. So in some countries they're called zucchinis, right? I don't know which I prefer, but potatoes. And when used as a replacement in a recipe, I mean, it tastes the same. It's just that you get that bright, vibrant colour, like I've previously mentioned, which I quite like. The loved runner beans that just keep giving, as I said before. So another fun fact, I feel like this is just like a fun fact video, right? So why not? We're here. So a fun fact about runner beans is that they were initially grown as ornamental plants in Britain before becoming a popular food source. Now, I think I can see why that is. If I had used taller canes or a taller frame for these to run on, I think it would have been so pretty. Definitely 100% doing that next time. my goodness. So having thought about it, the plan for this teepee clearly didn't go well. Now, the plan was to have like lovely flowers around the back and flowers that were going to run up the cane, or plants that were going to run up the cane. And that didn't happen. I just look like there's this wild bush, this like slightly wild area to, I guess, attract all the wildlife, right? And I guess it's doing just that, but I don't think this was quite the goal I had for it, but we live and we learn. Let's see what happens with it next year. I've now learned what's happened to the tomato. So basically the plant has caught tomato blight. Now it's basically a fungal infection of the plant. So I think this potentially happened because when the plants were watered, the leaves caught the water and it wasn't like direct watering to the roots. Now, hopefully before it completely affects the plant, we'll be able to harvest as many tomatoes as possible, but let's see. My basket has officially broken. I'm actually quite sad about this. I quite like this basket, and it was a recycled item. You know, we reduce, reuse and recycle over here. Anyway, the handle is now gone, and I need to go and find me another to recycle. Very heartbreaking. So here I am trying to figure it out to get these vegetables home without having to carry them and throw the basket away entirely. Fun fact about watering plants. So apparently plants also sweat through tiny pores called stomata. Now they basically sweat like humans. How random. The snack box cucumbers are ready. Now, here I am trying to actually read the label to understand if they really are ready, because they are rather tiny. But the decision was that they actually are. I've come to the conclusion that this is my gym. Like, look at me go with those 2 watering cans. It's literally a workout. That's it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will try to make it home with this broken basket. Hopefully it will make it in one piece. Look at the sellotape. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it might be the last you will be seen of it. Such a great harvest, or another great harvest should I say. Thanks for stopping by. Please share if you care, subscribe, comment and like. And I hope to see you next time. See you next time. Okay, bye.